guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be using for the first time this new Urban Decay Naked Reloaded palette. So I know that they got rid of their original Naked palette, and I did have that palette and I loved it when it first came out, but somehow I ended up getting rid of it along the way as more and more eyeshadow palettes came out, and I just found that I wasn't using it as much. The colors in the original Naked palette were a bit more on the cool toned for my personal taste, and I just found that I wasn't reaching for it as much. So I have not used it yet. I haven't even swatched it. The colors are neutral, but they are a little bit more on the warm side. So there are 12 shadows altogether, and there is a mix of mattes and metallics, and the first two and the last two are a little bit bigger in pan size. I feel like they made these 4 shades a little bit bigger than the other shades in the palette because these are more of the neutral shades that you will be using more. Like, these are beautiful crease colors and these are great highlighting colors. This is the front of the palette. It does have an interesting material as it is kind of squishy. It feels like there's a fabric on top, so it's not like a hard plastic cover. There is fabric, so that could get a little bit dirty, but we'll see how it handles. I will be inserting live swatches of each shadow. As you can see, I do have the rest of my makeup on. I am going to just be showing you guys a full eye look using this new palette. I already have my brows done, and I did prime my eyelids already with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. This is an OG eyeshadow primer. I remember back in the day everyone was just using this primer because it is amazing and it lives up to the hype. So I think I'm going to start by using the shadow Boundaries in the crease. I will zoom you guys in a bit so you can really see how the eyeshadows apply. I'm going to be taking this Pixie E2 blending brush with a bit of that shadow Boundaries in the crease. Okay, so I have that beautiful color Boundaries smoked out in the crease, and it's a perfect crease color, and so far the shadows are blending really nicely and they're very pigmented and buttery, which is great. The shadows are a little bit on the softer side, so there will be a little bit of follow, but it's nothing too crazy. Now with the Sigma E25 blending brush, I'm going to dip into the color Bucked. So this is another matte shade. It is more of a cool toned medium brown, and I feel that it will be nice to just deepen up the crease. Okay, so I used that shade Bucked in the crease just to deepen that initial color Boundaries that we placed first in the crease. I really like the way that these shadows are performing so far. They're really blendable, they're pigmented, and that is to be expected from Urban Decay as they are more of a high-end brand. So far, they are not disappointing. So I think that we are done with the crease shades for now, and for the lid, I'm not sure what color I want to use. I'm really torn between these two over here. Those two are more on the rosy bronze side, which I think would look really beautiful with what we have going so far. So for the lid, I think I want to do a bit of a cut crease. So we are going to be using the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the shade Fair 00. It is just their white concealer. So we're gonna start by taking some of that concealer just onto this brush. And now we are going to cut out the crease just like so. So doing this step really makes sure that your lid is more defined, especially if you have a smaller eyelid as I do. I'm going to be taking this NYX glitter primer on a Morphe JH41 brush because whenever I use any shadow that is metallic, a glitter, a pigment, I always like to use a glitter primer to make it look much more pigmented, and it also helps it not crease as much. So now we are going to go in with that shade Reputation on this same Morphe JH41 brush. So this is a beautiful rose gold metallic shade. I think it looks really nice with our crease colors, and I like that I did a cut crease, so it just gives the eye a bit more definition. Okay, so we have that beautiful color all in the crease, and I'm just going to go back in with the second crease color that we used, Buck, and I'm just going to place it in the outer and inner corners just to finish off this look. Okay, so now I'm going to use this flat angled brush and I'm going to dip into this shade Endgame. So I'm going to be using this shadow just to darken the upper eye line. So now on a Morphe E36 brush, I'm going to go into the shade Buck that we have in the crease, and I'm going to smoke out the lower lash line. To blend that out a bit, I'm going to be using the Morphe JH40 brush, and I'm going to be dipping into the shade Blur just to blend that out a bit. Okay, so now in the waterline, we are going to put the ColourPop Creme Gel Liner in the shade Call Me. Now in the inner and outer corners, we are going to place this beautiful golden shade Barely Baked. Okay, so now I'm going to be putting on some mascara, then I'm going to pop on a pair of lashes, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so this is my final look. I did end up changing my lip color because it was a little bit more on the pinky side and I wanted to go more with a neutral color to match my eyeshadow. I think that they did an amazing job with the shadow selection. You can honestly wear this palette during the day and you can even turn it into a nighttime palette. So it's super versatile. It's amazing for travel. It has a mirror. It's compact. There's not much more you could really ask for an eyeshadow palette. The shadows are super pigmented. They're super creamy and blendable, and I have no complaints in that department. If you're looking for a beautiful neutral palette, then you will not be disappointed with this new Urban Decay one. So guys, that is my final eye look using the new Urban Decay Naked Reloaded palette. They did send me this palette, but I wasn't paid to talk about it. I'm not sponsored. This is my 100% honest opinion. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you like the way this eyeshadow look turned out. I really love it. And keep in mind that I will put all the products that I used in this video in the description down below. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!